you know, there's nothing quite as painful as feeling distant from someone you love, especially when that someone is your own child. Maybe there was an argument that never got resolved, or perhaps years of misunderstandings have slowly built a wall between you. Maybe you're not even entirely sure how things got this way, but you do know one thing. You miss them. You miss the way things used to be, and you'd give anything to find your way back to each other. If that's how you're feeling right now, I want you to know you're not alone. So many parents, especially as we get older, find themselves in this very situation. The good news? It's never too late to mend what's broken. It might take time, patience, and a whole lot of heart, but healing is possible. And today, I want to share with you the first steps you can take to start rebuilding that bridge between you and your child. Now, I won't pretend it's always easy. Relationships are complicated, and when emotions run deep, even the simplest conversations can feel like walking through a minefield. But the truth is, small, sincere efforts can make a world of difference. So let's talk about how to begin. The first step, and this might be the hardest one, is to look inward before reaching outward. Before we can repair a relationship, we have to be honest with ourselves about our own role in what went wrong. That doesn't mean blaming yourself or carrying guilt. It just means taking a gentle, honest look at where things might have gotten off track. Ask yourself, were there times I could have listened better? Did I dismiss their feelings without realizing it? Did I let pride or fear keep me from saying what really mattered? These aren't easy questions, but they're important. Because when we take responsibility for our part, even if it's just a small part, it opens the door for real healing. Now, this doesn't mean you have to have all the answers right now. You don't need to replay every past mistake or get stuck in regret. The goal here is simply to approach the situation with humility and a willingness to understand. Because when you do that, you're already showing your child that you care enough to try. And that brings us to the second step, reaching out without expectations. When we've been hurt, or when we've hurt someone else, it's natural to want things to go back to normal right away. But healing doesn't work like that. Pressuring your child to respond a certain way or expecting an immediate reconciliation can actually push them further away. Instead, think of this as planting a seed. A simple, kind message, maybe even just, "I've been thinking about you and I miss you," can mean more than you know. No demands, no lectures, no bringing up old arguments, just an open hand, an open heart. And here's the thing, they might not respond right away. They might need time. That's okay. What matters is that you've shown them the door is open, that you're here, ready to listen when they're ready to talk. Now, I know this isn't easy. Waiting can feel like agony when all you want is to hold them close again. But trust me, when you give them the space to come to you in their own time, you're showing them the kind of love that doesn't rush, doesn't force, doesn't control. And that kind of love, that's the foundation of something stronger than before. So, let's pause here for today. Take some time to reflect on these first two steps. Looking inward and reaching out without expectations. Sit with them. Let them settle into your heart. And when you're ready, we'll move forward together, one step at a time, toward the healing you and your child both deserve. You've taken those first brave steps, looking inward with honesty and reaching out with an open heart. Maybe you've even sent that message or made that call, letting your child know you're here, you miss them, and you're ready to listen. And now comes the part that requires something even deeper, patience and the willingness to truly hear them. Because here's what I've learned over the years. When a relationship is strained, especially between a parent and a grown child, both people carry hurts they may not have even put into words. And if we want to rebuild trust, we have to create a safe space for those feelings to be spoken. That's why the next step is so important. Listening, really listening, without defense. Now, I know how hard that can be. As parents, our instincts often jump to explaining, clarifying, or even gently correcting when our children share their pain. We might hear them say, "You always," or you never, and immediately think, but that's not how it was, and maybe it wasn't. But when we interrupt or defend ourselves too quickly, we risk missing the heart of what they're trying to tell us, that somewhere along the way they felt hurt, unseen, or unheard. So the next time your child opens up, whether it's in person, over the phone, or even in a text, try this. Take a deep breath and let them speak. Don't interrupt. Don't correct. Just listen. And when they pause, instead of jumping in with your side of the story, try saying something like, "I hear how much that hurt you. Thank you for telling me." That simple act, acknowledging their feelings without immediately defending your own, can be like a balm to old wounds. It doesn't mean you agree with everything they're saying, and it doesn't mean you're taking all the blame. It just means you're saying, "Your pain matters to me." And when someone feels truly heard, walls start to come down. Now, let's talk about the fourth step, because this one is just as crucial: showing up differently. You see, sometimes the reason a relationship stays stuck is because both people fall back into the same old patterns, the same tone, the same reactions, the same unresolved tensions. If you've spent years falling into arguments about certain topics, or if your child expects you to dismiss their feelings because that's what happened in the past, then words alone won't rebuild trust. They need to see change in action. What does that look like? Maybe it means catching yourself before you give unsolicited advice and instead asking, "Would you like my thoughts, or do you just need me to listen?" Maybe it's resisting the urge to bring up old grievances and choosing to focus on the present instead. Or maybe it's simply being more intentional about small acts of love, a text to say you're thinking of them, remembering something that matters to them, or giving them space when they need it without taking it personally. This isn't about becoming a different person or pretending the past didn't happen. It's about showing them, little by little, that you're committed to creating something healthier between you. And when they start to see that consistency, when they realize this isn't just a one-time effort but a real shift, that's when healing takes root. Now, I won't tell you this is a quick fix. Some wounds take time to mend. There might be setbacks, moments when old frustrations bubble up, or times when you'll wonder if it's even working. But keep going. Keep choosing patience, keep choosing to listen, and keep showing up in the new ways you've promised. Because every time you do, you're laying another brick on that bridge back to each other. And when we come back together next time, we'll talk about the final steps, how to nurture this new chapter of your relationship, how to handle setbacks with grace, and how to celebrate the progress you've made, no matter how small. Until then, take heart. The fact that you're here, willing to do the work, says everything about the love you hold for your child. And love is always worth fighting for. If you've been following along with these steps, you've already done something remarkable. You've looked honestly at your own role in the relationship. You've reached out with an open heart. You've practiced listening without becoming defensive. And you've started showing up differently, breaking old patterns that may have kept you stuck. That takes incredible courage, the kind of courage that only love can give. Now, as we come to these final thoughts, I want to talk about what comes after the healing begins. Because reconciliation isn't a finish line, it's the start of a new way of being together. And just like any new beginning, it needs care, attention, and a gentle understanding that some days will feel easier than others. One of the most important things to remember is this: progress isn't always linear. There might be days when conversations flow easily, when laughter comes naturally, and you feel that old connection warming between you again. And then there might be days when tension resurfaces, when old triggers flare up, and you wonder if anything has really changed at all. When those harder moments come, and they likely will, try not to see them as failures. Instead, see them as opportunities. Opportunities to practice patience, to reaffirm your commitment to this new chapter, and to show your child that even when things get tough, you're not going back to the old ways. You might say something like, "I know this is something we're both still working on. I just want you to know I'm here, and I'm not giving up on us." Another key to nurturing this renewed relationship is celebrating the small victories. Did you have a conversation that didn't turn into an argument? That's worth noticing. Did your child share something personal with you, trusting you with their thoughts? That's a sign of growing trust. These moments might seem small, but they're the building blocks of something stronger. Take time to acknowledge them. Maybe not out loud to your child, but certainly in your own heart. It's also important to manage your expectations. The relationship you're rebuilding may not look exactly like the one you had before, and that's okay. In fact, it might even be better. When we create space for honesty, for boundaries, and for mutual respect, what grows is often deeper than what came before. Your child is not the same person they were when things between you were at their best, and neither are you. That's not a loss. It's an opportunity to know each other anew. Finally, remember to care for yourself through this process. Mending a strained relationship can bring up all kinds of emotions: hope, grief, joy, exhaustion. Make sure you have support, whether it's a trusted friend, a support group, or simply moments of quiet reflection where you can honor your own feelings. You can't pour from an empty cup, and your efforts to rebuild this relationship will be all the more meaningful when you're coming from a place of wholeness. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Every step you've taken, every moment of humility, every act of patience, every choice to love even when it's hard, these are the things that transform relationships. They're also the things that transform us. Whether your reconciliation with your child is just beginning or well underway, what you're doing matters. It matters to them, and it matters to the life you're creating for yourself. One filled with connection, understanding, and the kind of love that grows stronger through honesty and effort. So keep going. Keep believing in second chances. Keep showing up with that open heart of yours. And most of all, keep remembering that you, yes, you, are capable of creating change, of healing what's been broken, and of building a relationship with your child that's rooted in the present, not held back by the past. I'd love to hear from you. Who are the special people in your life who uplift you, keep you grounded, or anchor you through life's changes? Have you experienced how these meaningful connections make later life richer? Let me know in the comments below. Your stories might inspire others to appreciate their own important relationships. And if this conversation resonated with you, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more thoughtful discussions about living your best life at any age. Remember this: you're never too old to nurture the relationships that truly matter or to gently release those that no longer serve you. Every positive connection you cultivate is like planting a seed that will blossom into more joy, more comfort, and more meaning in your golden years. Whether you have one cherished friend or several, what matters most is the quality of love and understanding you share. So here's to surrounding ourselves with people who make our hearts feel full, our minds feel sharp, and our souls feel understood. Here's to living these precious years exactly as we choose, with intention, with grace, and with the right people by our sides. Thank you for spending this time together, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring how to make every stage of life truly fulfilling. Until then, take care of yourself and cherish those golden connections.